Okay, I see y'all can barely see me, but gotta get that light. On my way back to the crib, I decided I want to do some content about reasonable procedures versus reasonable reinvestigation. Right? Okay, so a reasonable procedure is the procedures that are supposed to be set in place by Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion to ensure maximum accuracy of our consumer reports. So this is supposed to happen in the very beginning when they're, when they're putting together, compiling our credit reports, consumer reports, name, address, personal information, all the accounts and inquiries, whatever that may be. Everything is supposed to be accurate when they're putting it on
at the next light, turn right.
And there's supposed to be reasonable procedures in place that they're compliant with to make sure that they're following these procedures to make sure that the information they're putting on our consumer reports is accurate. But do they follow these? Are they compliant and do they follow these procedures? No, they do not. That's why we have to be the educated consumer and learn how to fight back and know what's right and what's wrong, okay?
At the light, turn right onto Calumet Avenue.
Reasonable reinvestigation. Okay, they call it the reinvestigation because investigation was supposed to happen before they put the information on our consumer reports.
In 1 mile, turn left onto West 101st Avenue.
The reasonable procedure is supposed to be put in place before they put the information on our consumer reports to make sure that it's accurate. So the reinvestigation comes into play because now they're reinvestigating the work that they already done, which they're supposed to be compliant with in the first place, and make sure that every name, address, well, it shouldn't be every, but your name, address, phone number, employer, all should be accurate. The information on your account, such as accounts, should be accurate. Inquiries, if there's some, should be accurate. Personal statement, if you have one on there, everything should be accurate on your consumer report. Maximum, so that's be 100% to me. Okay, so now I'm going to show y'all where it says it in the FCRA. Okay, I know y'all can barely see me, but okay, this is 15
At the
USC.
light, turn left onto West 101st Avenue.
Congressional findings and statement of purpose. Okay, this is Congress figuring out that the consumer reporting agencies that assume this vital role have assumed this role. They weren't appointed by government officials, so they're not bureaus.
In 3.7 miles, turn right onto Calumet Expressway.
I would say the only bureau is the CFPB, but now I'm coming to find out that they've been accused of siding with the CRAs, and which I've been figuring out this whole goddamn time. Still hated about that. Okay, now let me go to the part where it shows reasonable procedure. Okay, I know y'all can barely see me, but it's nighttime. Excuse me. This is reasonable procedure, okay? Straight. Okay? It is the purpose of this subchapter to require that the consumer reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, adopt reasonable procedures for meeting the needs of commerce for consumer credit, personnel, insurance, and other information in a manner which is fair and equitable to the consumer. Now remember, you see consumer is underlined, so the definitions of the FCRA and the FDCPA you should learn, because consumers are us, and person is not like people. Persons are the entities or the corporations. So persons will be a person would be like Capital One, for example. Okay? So let's see. With regard to the confidentiality, accuracy, relevancy, and proper utilization of such information in accordance with the requirements of this subchapter. Okay, so it's saying that they should be following reasonable procedures before they're putting before they're constructing our consumer report. The procedure is supposed to be making sure that everything is accurate. Okay, and once we file a dispute, once we find an inaccuracy on our consumer report, then that's what prompts the reinvestigation. Okay, this is the 15 USC 1681I. As you can see, it's a procedure in case of disputed accuracy. So this is what triggers every time you send in a dispute letter. Well, it's supposed to trigger a reinvestigation. Okay, as you can see, it's a reinvestigation of disputed information, and they call it reinvestigation because the first investigation was supposed to occur following reasonable procedures to make sure that all information, when they compile, that's the word I'm looking for, compile our consumer report in the first place, was supposed to be 100% accurate. Another word I'm looking for. Okay, supposed to be 100% accurate before they compiled it, and they never are compliant. But if you don't know the laws that are put in place to protect us, then they're going to keep on doing what they want to do. Okay, so subject to subsection F and except as provided in subsection G, if the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in consumer's file, a consumer report agency, I can't even read it. So, forgive me, I'm driving, so I'm trying. Okay, so y'all can read this. So this is saying once you send out your dispute letter, they're supposed to complete a reinvestigation. Okay. Reinvestigation, they have 30 days from the day they receive it. So every time you send a dispute letter, send in with certified mail, so you can have the tracking number, and also with I keep on forgetting what it's called, grain return receipt, I think. So you can have somebody sign for it. That's important, just in case you gotta take them to court. And that's what it looks like we have to do. I mean, some things may get deleted, and something they might play with you about. I mean, bad credit is a business, so they're not gonna make it easy for you, especially if you're not an informed consumer. Okay, so that is reasonable procedures versus reasonable reinvestigation. Okay, they kind of go hand in hand. Reasonable procedures before reasonable investigation. So those are the two laws you need to know. And if you have any questions or would like me to help you figure out a strategy into repairing your credit, just DM me or click the link in the bio. If you've been repairing your credit already, I have a free credit repair guide in the bio. Also, I have a free guide for when the
at the next light,
debt
turn
collectors
right.
are calling, and I have a free. What I got? I got a couple more free things now. Just check it out.